Hello and welcome to the Saskatchewan Cattlemen's Association office. I'm here today with our CEO, Ryder Lee, and we just want to get a little bit of a breakdown on what Wednesday's budget will mean to the beef cattle producers here in Saskatchewan.
Well, it's an interesting thing. I think everybody went into yesterday wondering how tight the belt was going to get, and from an agriculture standpoint, it was a positive day. Reflecting the prices of crops and what it takes to fund crop insurance. The budget for agriculture actually went up about 7%, and there was lots of departments that you saw either flat or pretty close to flat, and even some things cut. So I think it reflects how important this government thinks agriculture is, and that it continues to drive the economy and bring in revenue even through challenging times that we're seeing in other sectors.
Now, what can producers look forward to as there is a couple of new initiatives here? There's increase in the business risk management.
Yeah, so part of it is, for cattle producers, we've already had the deadline for forage insurance, and we saw them remove the cap for variable price in forage insurance. So if you took that option, it used to be capped at how much the price of hay would be covered for come later in the year when there's a drought, and that really made it less effective, and now they're removing that. So they'll look at the price of hay in August, and if it's doubled or tripled, then that'll be reflected in your coverage, and it used to be a 50% cap versus your coverage level. So that's a big part of it, and other crops as well. They've tweaked the prices on what there are. They've tweaked the coverage levels on forage insurance. So that's a big one. A lot of the other things is the same, but I think producers would do well to look into what some of the programs are and going forward to. It's a 5-year thing, so there's still, if you're doing water projects on your place, talk to the watershed authority or different people at Saskatchewan Ag about what might be able to be partnering with them on that. All of those are continuing rather than the belt tightening. So there's, price insurance continues on. All these things that I think people are starting to learn about or hear neighbors using programs or the like, and they continue on, so that's great.
And research obviously is still a priority for this government.
Well, indeed, yeah, the Agriculture Development Fund is their main vehicle in agriculture and funding a lot of research both in livestock and forage and crops, and they continue to fund that at a solid level and work with us on it too. So through the Saskatchewan Beef Industry Development Fund, we put forward checkoff dollars into some of these projects, and some government monies from Saskatchewan government and even other funders will put that in there as well. So continue to recognize that we'll do better and be more profitable and competitive if we're researching the answers to today's challenges and even tomorrow's challenges. So yeah, it's positive. The other thing that was probably a key message to hear is the Crown land sale piece. So they talked about that in the ag briefing, and they even mentioned it in the House, where the Crown land sales program is in year one of what used to be a 3-year program, where there was if you're running Crown lease, so if you have some lease land, there's a incentive to purchase that was 15% up to March of this year, and then 10% up to next year, and then 5% the next year. Well, they're cutting that 3rd year because they want people to buy their lease. The government wants out of owning land that doesn't have a public benefit. So if you own lease land that's ever been broke, then that's probably what they want to sell. And not only are they given that price kind of discount off assessed value, they're also ramping up the amount the lease is going to cost. So it'll go up 15% this year, it'll go up 30% next year. So they're really, trying to get you to buy it with a bit of a deal, and going to charge you more for having it. So that was
something producers should definitely be thinking about right now.
Absolutely. They mentioned that government was expecting to sell about $150 million worth of land. So I see that as money from agriculture going into the government, and then that money again being invested back in. We did increase the agriculture budget. Well, those kind of things flow together. So Definitely something people need to have a look at, because your cost of lease is gonna go up, and if you wanna buy it in the future, it probably won't be for what it's available now.
And of course, if anyone has any questions about how to go about that, they can give our office a call.
Absolutely, yeah, I was just looking up that program again, and that's something that, I hope everybody's aware of, and if you know a neighbor who runs some lease land, maybe you talk to them too.
Great. Well, that's the provincial budget in a nutshell. Again, if you need any more help on issues associated with the budget, please give our office a call at 1-877-908-BEEF. That's 908-2333. Thanks for watching.